I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Hey y'all, welcome to Friday's Kitchen. Welcome back if you have been here before. In today's video, we are making what I am calling a Christmas Crunch cream cheese pound cake. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made it, stay tuned. Also, while you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, press that subscribe button, join our family, come back for some more recipes, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment before you leave. In our mixer bowl, we have the butter and cream cheese. I'm going to turn this on and mix until well combined, and then I'm going to add the granulated sugar. Once I add the sugar, I'm going to let the mixer run for about 5 minutes until the mixture becomes nice and fluffy and it lightens in color. Now I'm going to go in with the vanilla extract, and then I'm going to add the eggs one at a time. Once I add an egg, I like to wait for the yolk to break before adding the next. Now I'm going to take a second to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl before we move on to gradually adding the flour mixture.
It's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
So now we're going to scrape down the bowl again, and then we're going to add our holiday sprinkles, and then the cake batter will be done. Alright, so I added that just to have a little pop of color throughout the cake. Let me go ahead and remove the bowl from the stand mixer, and then we'll be back to add the batter to our cake pan. Here we have the pan we're going to use to bake the cake. I'm going to start by spraying with pan baking spray. Now I'm going to go in and add the cake batter. So our oven has been preheated to 300 degrees. This will bake for about an hour and a half. I will adjust that time as needed, but as always, I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes in my oven when I remove it. So I'll see you guys in just a second. So while the cake is baking, we're gonna go ahead and get started on what I'm calling the Christmas Crunch. I'm calling it that because we have our red and green colors that will be incorporated. So here in each of the bowls, I have 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. To this bowl, I will be adding a package of cherry gelatin, and I'm using this purely for the color. We have a box of vanilla pudding, and then we have a box of lime gelatin, again, using for the color, but it will be a cherry lime. Typically, cookies are added, either Oreos or Nilla wafers or something like that, but whenever I do that, I will use it for the recipe, and then the cookies will end up going stale and going to waste. So I'm just going to omit that from this crunch, but we will be able to break up the colors of the cherry and the lime with the vanilla pudding. So if you want to do it the traditional way, I do have recipes on my channel that incorporate like golden Oreos in the recipe. But for this recipe, we are not going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start by opening up each box and adding it to the bowls. The full recipe will be down below in the description box. So I'm just going to grab a spoon and stir each one around. So to each bowl, I'm going to add a splash of vanilla extract. And also to each bowl, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of melted butter. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and mix everything together. So let me go ahead and grab a cookie sheet, line it with parchment paper, and we'll be right back. So here we have a cookie sheet that is lined with parchment paper. I'm just gonna go through and sprinkle the jello and pudding on top. So our oven has been preheated to 350 degrees. This will bake for about 7 minutes. It will easily burn, so please keep an eye on it. But I will let you guys know what it looks like as soon as it comes out of the oven. This is our crunch after 7 minutes in the oven. We are going to leave it here to completely cool, and then we'll break it up and mix all together. Here's the cake after 1 hour, 30 minutes in the oven. I'm gonna let it hang out in the pan for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll turn it out onto a cake board. Because we will be icing our cake, we need to set this to the side to completely cool. We are back with our cooled crunch. So I'm going to grab the crunch and break it apart in this bowl. I'm going to start by only doing the cherry and the lime, and then I'll add in the vanilla pudding as I see fit. As you can see, our green did brown a little on the bottom, not too much, but that's why I say be very careful not to leave it in the oven too long. So here we have the lime. Now I'm gonna go through and add the cherry. All right, so I'm going to gently toss these together. To be honest, I'm debating whether or not I even want to add the vanilla. I'm going to add some vanilla. I probably won't add all. We'll add a little, mix it in and see what it looks like. Okay, I'm okay with the vanilla being in there. Okay, so I'm not going to use this little bit left. I'm happy with the color that we have now. So this is our Christmas crunch. Once our cake completely cools, we are going to ice it with cream cheese icing that I will be making next. And then we're going to go through and use the icing to stick the crunch to the cake. So I'll bring you guys back in just a few minutes to make the icing. In our bowl, we have the butter, cream cheese, and vanilla extract. I'm going to mix until well combined, and then I'll add the powdered sugar. I'm going to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl really quickly, turn the mixer back on for another few seconds, and then our icing will be done. So our cake is completely cool now. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to ice it with the cream cheese icing that we just made. This doesn't have to be super neat or anything. Again, we're just using the icing as a way to stick the Christmas crunch on top. Now that our cake is covered, we are now going to go through and press on the crunch. This extra crunch, I'm just going to put in the middle of the cake. Now we look like we have a layered cake. All right, guys, so I'm going to go through, clean up my mess really quickly, and then I'll bring you guys in for a closer shot, and then we're going to cut the cake so you can see the inside. We have made it to the end of the video. Here we have our finished product, our Christmas Crunch cream cheese pound cake. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about anything I've done, leave them down below in the comment section. I will reply. While you're here, I ask that you also please take a moment and look down below, press that subscribe button, join our family, come back for some more recipes, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment before you leave. I would love to hear from you guys. So this cake base is just a cream cheese pound cake. Can't go wrong with that. Really moist. You get a hint of the cherry lime if you have a bite of the crunch with your cake, but other than that, it just tastes like a plain cream cheese pound cake. So yeah, I would highly recommend you guys give this recipe a try. As always, I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.